What is this then? What is this? We have a little secret package arrive this week. I wasn't quite expecting this actually. I was hoping for it a few weeks back and didn't think it was really going to come. And then all of a sudden our good friends at Intro 2020 decided to send me a parcel. The only hint I've not even opened this yet, is it says AF35mm f1.8 Sony E. So I'm guessing it's a 35mm 1.8. I'm guessing that it's going to be the new Samyang 35mm 1.8 for Sony. You already know that, you know that because you've seen the title of this video, but we will carry on, open it up. Just like all the other Samyang small and light lenses, this has the soft touch but hard shell, clamshell type case, which I really like. I think it's a great way to store your lenses, even in your camera bag. Big fan of these pouches. Showing it inside, again, same as the others, not for sale, so I better not sell this on eBay. Very similar to the 75mm f1.8, which we've got the giveaway on, and you'll find that the build quality of these are the same as well. Nice little petal lens hood, lens cap, rear lens cap. We have a metal mount there on the underside. Same quality build as all the others. A sort of mix of metal and plastic construction. A smooth focus ring, fly-by-wire, so you know, but you've got your two custom modes, custom mode 1 and 2 on the switch there, which is really quite nice to have. Not every lens in the price range comes with it, and I've said this before, it's a really nice bonus to have. A really nice lightweight lens is what you want for a nice little 35mm discreet. I'm actually filming this on the Sony 35mm 1.8, and I've got a video coming up very soon that will compare these two. I'm going to have a little bit of a face-off with video and with photo to show you what I think on a gimbal, in the hand, street photography, walking around, and the actual results you get from the images out of the camera itself will be used on the A7III and the A7S III. And yeah, I'm expecting good things from this. I've only just got the 35mm 1.8 Sony after watching Brandon Lee's video, and it's something that I wanted to get for video. I didn't really want to use it for photography. It's just not a focal length I tend to use that much. I'm very much a portrait photographer, especially for weddings, as most of you probably already know that. And this is something that I'm getting into now, the 35mm, little 1.8s. Yeah, just something that I'm changing the way I shoot, especially with video. So this will be tested fully, but that's enough babbling on. Let me just go and grab an A7 III so you can see what it's like. Just gonna pop this on so you can see exactly what it's like on the camera body itself. And there we are, quite nice and small. You will find that it's quite a small little lens as advertised, and just by holding it out there you can see that you've got loads of room for your fingers. The Sony cameras, especially even the A7 III, don't even go there with the models before, but the A7 III, it still can be a little bit tight. The grip is just about good enough, I think. And you want to make sure you can get your fingers in there. I don't have the smallest hands, but they're not massive, but there's more than enough room for my fingers on this lens, so that's great. I am very pleased about that. And yeah, you don't even know it's on the camera. It's so small and light, you really could just walk around, put your camera up to your face, taking some snaps. People just think you're a tourist. And I think when it comes to travel and street photography, you want something small and discreet. And as I've already said, the price of this is pretty good. You can find this lens now for quite a bit cheaper than the 35mm Sony 1.8. Yeah, super small and light, suits the camera really well, suits the A7 III and all of the Sony range really well actually. So yes, for the price, I'm impressed enough with the build quality of the lens. Seems to fit the camera really well. What we need to know is what the results are like. You need to know, for the money, is this going to be worth picking up? Let's go and test it out. I've had enough babbling already. Let's go and see exactly what it can do with regards to photo and video. I'll put some hero shots of this on the A7 III on screen now, and I'll be back in a tick. Well, this performed above my expectations. To be honest, it's really impressive. I've just come back from a week away in Cornwall, and it was just a little time away with the family just before we're about to enter another lockdown in this country. Now, I didn't get to use it too much, but I did go out purposefully to shoot in low light. The sun was going down, a storm was coming in, and I thought it was a great opportunity to take a few shots of the kids, but also just to see what it can do out and about when I put it through some tough conditions. It was quite dark, I had to crank the ISO up a little bit on some shots, up to 800, and just wanted to see exactly what it could do. I'm just going to put a few images up from the shoot now so you can see it was starting to get dark, and I must say it performed really well. No issues with focus, it was extremely windy, very tough conditions actually to do any type of shooting, as you can see by the hair flying everywhere. There was even salt water being blown in off the sea, and it seemed to brush it off quite well. No issues with it anyway. It's not a weather sealed lens, but still, it was no issues at all. Have a look at a few more of these. I'll just let them play through. The settings I had are up on screen as well, so you can see exactly what I did and how I got those shots. Not bad at all. I've also had a very short opportunity to use it with video work on the Sony A7S III. I did a very short 1 hour wedding over the weekend, and it wasn't something I was able to fully test, but I wanted to show you guys, especially for the fans of my wedding work, and for those of you that are thinking of getting this for weddings. I had it on the Ronin SC gimbal. The Ronin SC2 is on his way, and unfortunately I'm not going to have a chance to test those. This has got to go back tomorrow, and I'm not going to have a chance to test it out on that. But you can see on a tripod and on the gimbal exactly how this performs. Video work, I am impressed with it. The focus was perfect, never went hunting, and even shooting into bright light. So the sun came out, and it's bright winter sun, and it came out and performed lovely. There's a few shots in here you'll see shooting straight into the light, and it's something that I was impressed with again. I've just purchased the 35mm Sony. That is a lovely lens. This, I think, is so close to that. Yeah, I'll give my final verdict shortly, but this thing is really, really good. There's a few more tests I want to do before I get to send it back. So watch this video clip, see what you think. It's just a few quick shots, but again, it just shows you what it can do video-wise. And then I'll give you my final thoughts once I've just done that extra test before I send it back. Check this out. We know it's tangled up in blue. What if we unravel? We could go anywhere. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. We could be any place. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. Well, as you can see, it's pretty good, right? I must say, I am impressed with this. I was expecting good things, as of all the Samyang lenses of late have been really good. And with this, I wasn't expecting it to be quite as good as the Sony 35mm 1.8. I haven't had this for very long, and already, other than the build and a few tiny little things, this holds up. And it's nearly £200 or nearly $300, I think, in the US, cheaper than the Sony 35 1.8. There was a few more tests I was hoping to get out and do this week, but unfortunately lockdown has come sooner than we had liked, and all of my other jobs have now postponed. So I haven't been able to do the few extra things I wanted to do. I did, however, take it out for a very hot minute just to take a quick shot in some challenging conditions. I wanted to go and see, the sun was bright today, so I thought I'd try it out, see how it dealt with chromatic aberration. And the first thing I will say is the images are sharp. Chromatic aberration, especially in the center, is very minimal. You can find you get some vignetting to the edges of the image and a little bit of chromatic aberration, although I haven't seen that much in my tests. Other reviewers have said that it is there, but those two things are the only cons that people are coming up with about this lens, and those things are fixed easily in post anyway, in Lightroom or Capture One, whichever software you use. So for the price, you're talking £350, less than $400 in places, and it is a bargain. For a 35mm prime, I really, really like it. I really like it. I mentioned earlier in the review that it's not weather sealed. I have been corrected, it is weather sealed. So now you're looking at a lens, super lightweight, sharp, excellent image rendition, and at a price that suits most budgets when you're looking to start off in the 35mm range. Really well made. Flaring is also a minimum. With the shot, you'll see there's no real flare at all when using it in video. Focusing was quick and snappy. Yeah, really, really impressed with this. So as a professional photographer and filmmaker that works with weddings and commercial work, which one would I go for? Before I tell you, I will just remind you all to head over to rotouk.com and don't forget to check out the competition. We still have up for grabs the Samyang 75mm 1.8, which would be an excellent partner for the 35mm 1.8, whether you're using a crop system or full frame, just saying. And my favourite 85 at the moment, the 85 1.4 from Samyang, along with, of course, the A6400 and the free giveaway for the 50mm 1.8, the Nifty 50 of Sony. Details are in the links down below. Just don't forget to go and check that out, because the competition is only running for a few more weeks, and then once the tickets are gone, they are gone. So another question would be, would I sell the Sony for the Samyang? Probably not, and that's only because I've got the Sony. If I was looking today at which lens do I buy, I'd probably buy the Samyang. I'd save the money, I'd put that money into something else, because I don't think anyone would really be able to tell the difference between an image taken with this and an image taken with this. If a 35mm prime is something that you're looking for, you could do a lot worse than this. I highly recommend you go and check it out, whether for videography or photography. It's a massive thumbs up from me. Very impressed yet again, Samyang. Are they going to put a foot wrong? As always, thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below with what you think of this lens. If you want to see more and more of a comparison against the 35mm Sony, then do drop a comment down below, because I may be able to get hold of it again. I may add one to the bag, but it seems a bit pointless with the Sony. But if you want to see more from it, especially when weddings kick off, maybe next year I'll be able to do a little bit more with it and really do a head-to-head in a wedding environment. But I could also go out on a few model shoots and maybe use it in that sort of environment as well. And as ever, I'm Matt from Roto. Be kind, be safe, and be the best you can be.